Hello beautiful people, Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. Album review time. The New Zealand modern groove metal band that is Alien Weaponry, they're back, expanding on the hallmark messages of cultural, societal and environmental resilience while delivering their most massive sound and focused musical output yet. It is Te Ra, and it is out on March 28th, 2025 via Napalm Records. A word that comes to mind upon first listening to this record is mature. Alien Weaponry have learned a lot since they first burst onto the scene with their acclaimed debut in 2018, but they've also grown up a lot, something that was evident in 2021's Tangoria too, but it's not in the same way as it is here. The difference maker, it's a renewed focus on accessibility and a much stronger balance of their unique Maori metal makeup and familiar groove sound. This is a bold step forward for Alien Weaponry, and we get a really strong taste of that more accessible sound with the hefty headbanger that is Crown, a hyperactive blast of vibrant metal that draws inspiration from the old school world of groove. It might be a focused out and out headbanger, but rest assured, Alien Weaponry still have plenty to say too, and few tracks on the album capture their culture and history in the way that Maumoko does, an absolute beast of a track where the intensity is heightened by the lyrics and how they're delivered. It's an easy track to love, and it's going to be a long-term fan favourite, which can't necessarily be said for the confusing listen that is the following 1000 Friends. Is this an evolution? Because considering it sounds more like a melodic metalcore track from the mid-noughties, it feels more like a de-evolution. But that's not to suggest it isn't a bit of a banger though, because it is. It's just a little bit unexciting for this band. I suppose it does show they've got more strings to their bow though, and all the parts, instruments and vocals are sounding so strong again. This is an aspect of that maturing songwriting style that I've mentioned already. It is kind of looking to the past as well as the future. Darker and moodier, hanging by a thread's tempo switch is quite something, especially as the choppy guitar rhythm is so disconcertingly addictive and the vocal delivery is fire here. A track that gets more and more powerful as it goes on. Although if we're talking power, it probably doesn't get more intense than Tamu Nue Te Ra, the perfect amalgamation of Alien Weaponry's cultural elements, clever melodies, and modern metal aggression. There really is so much to take in. Even if on first listen you could also take away so much too. It goes back to that word, accessibility, where the album is uniquely listenable, but the more time you spend with it, the more you can take from it. It is certainly what will ensure you appreciate as the album goes on a more melodically charged and introspective track like Myself to Blame. Sit with this one, you'll be kind of glad you gave it the time it needs. Whereas Taniwha doesn't quite need the same amount of patience, as it feels very familiar structurally and delivers a crashing combo of guitars and drums. It also just so happens to feature the immense vocals of Randy Blythe of Lamb of God Faye. You'd think a track with that kind of combination would be a sign of the end times, but actually it's the following Blackened Sky that lays on the extinction level event, a brutishly heavy track with soaring, clean vocal chorus. Yet it is the gang shouts at the end of this track that makes it so special. I think this one here is a surefire live hit. Something that does also apply to many other tracks here. With another being the anthemic Te Ri O Tawurm Atia. I'm struggling to pronounce that one. But yeah, it's another absolute beast alongside the groove monster that is Pontururi. I'll bet as far as the latter goes with some more melodic experimentation too. It's a strong latter part of the album, and right up to the end shows the fresh focus that Alien Weaponry has as they look to expand their sound and reach. This is how they can kind of get away with ending the record with something as epic and short as Te Kori. With that statement frickin' made. It is about this. It is the modernisation of their sound while harking back to an older school groove and metalcore world, like taking elements from that and combining it with that kind of Maori metal thing that they've got going on. I think the combination and the balance is much stronger on this album. It's certainly more evenly balanced. But there are times in the album where I wasn't necessarily blown away. I still think it's a very, very strong album overall, and it's definitely going to have a wider reach than any album they've done up to this point. I'm sure of that. But yeah, not always taken by it, but what I did love, I really, really, really did love. It is Terra, and it is out on March 28th, 2025 via Napalm Records. You got any thoughts on this you want to share? You know what to do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.